my lovelies, I'm Lady Hatty and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Today I'm going to show you the newest expansion for The Sims 4, City Living. We're playing with some other packs as well, which I'll let you know about later, but we're just going to focus on City Living. I didn't want to take forever making our Sims because I assure you it took about 40 minutes. I'm very picky. So here's our family and I'm going to show you them. This is going to be Galvin, Fancy Pants. Thank you, Brian, for the name suggestion. And I would love to play around with names you guys suggest in the future. I already have their first child names picked out. Thank you, April. But if you want to suggest some in the comments, I am more than happy to play around with them. So this is Galvin. And I am getting to play with my favorite feature they have finally added to The Sims. And that is gender and sexuality options. If this is not your thing, you might want to leave now because I'm definitely going to be playing with this. I think this is fantastic. So while she's a feminine sim and generally is a female, she does have the ability to wear the masculine clothes. And I think that is so cool. They have textured all of the clothes. So women can wear men's clothes, men can wear women's clothes, hair, jewelry, everything. And I think that's fantastic, so I'm going to play around with that. So Galvin here is a bit of a androgynous sim, prefers the more masculine clothing. This is her everyday wear. Her very stylish formal wear. You see she has a liking for green. Here's her athletic wear. No green there. Working on it. Here's her sleepwear. You see she's got some lovely tattoos. As I try. Sorry, it's very hard not to grab onto their body shape. I've decided that these gals, when they go to a party, all parties are costume parties. So she'll be going as a ninja. I'll be show you her lovely wife's outfit when we get to her. And here's our swimwear. I wanted her to just be our focus on the new stuff. So she is location-based as a city native. I think that's going to be just a great chance for me to play around with the new location and have her going around and doing all the new fun stuff. So, I want her to be active. Let's see, maybe a foodie, if I might do that up later. Let's see, that's classy. She probably won't be outdoorsy much. I should probably looked at this earlier, sorry about that. Let's have her be outgoing so I can meet new people, have her go around with people. Actually, I might take out foodie and do an insider instead so I can play around with some of the get-together stuff. I haven't played with that as much. It gives you clubs. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's quite a full expansion pack worthy, but it is interesting enough. So here's our other sim, and her name is going to be Amberly. Fancy Pants. Yes, I just decided to go with some very silly names. Amberly being the name that John Oliver likes to use when he's when he's making jokes with women like, oh my god, Amberly, look at those shoes. So, I had to use it. Amberly is going to be focused on knowledge. She's a traditional nerd, so I'm going to be having her focus more on the career path. So she's going to be a genius,
Hell no.
a geek,
Bueno.
and a perfectionist. Like the
Ninja.
That's fun. So we're going to take a look at her clothes now. Here's her everyday cute little dress. I have her clothing a bit more based on my style, so lots of purple. I couldn't help myself. I love this dress. Here's her athletic, the cute little birdie shirt. Her sleepwear, had to give her the bunny slippers. And I could not help myself. I almost just left her everyday wear as the fairy. I just think that is the cutest thing. Don't worry, she's wearing contacts. And here's her swimwear. So with that done, I want to make sure I did make them wifes. I did. Isn't that sweet? Always love the sim for giving us so many LGBT options. I have my problems with this game, but hands down, that is my favorite thing, Maxis. That you EA, that you chose to do with this. So, this is the Fancy Pants household. gonna get them ready to go. And I did tell you I would tell you what packs we're playing with. We are playing with obviously Get Together and Get to Work. Those are the other two big expansion packs. We have the Outdoor Retreat, which is the mini expansion pack. Well, the only one I have. And then Perfect Patio, Cool Kitchen. There's one I cannot read my notes on, and Kids Stuff. I'll look up what that other one is. Sorry about that. So, since we have the new expansion, we're of course going to be moving them to the new town, San Mishuno. I'm on a brand new computer, so I don't have any other Sims on here or anything, so they'll get to move right on in. Give me a moment to get familiarized with this. I'm sorry, I probably should have looked at this and not gone in blind. You know, I've been playing this game and all of its prequels for a long, long time, so I thought I'd be okay. Let's see, either the pizzazz or the banali. I like having the arts quarter, but they're not very arty now, are they? This is our fashion district, uptown, and the spice market. Let's see. Well, why don't we have them move into the land grab apartments then? Perfect. Uptown seems like a good choice. I can't afford either of these. Well, boo. Let's see, maybe there'll be another one. Nope, that's all there is. Okay. So, sorry, I'm not trying to get all quiet on you. I'm going to move them into one of the smaller ones, and I think we'll move over to there later. So it looks like some of these are a little expensive. No, you know, it's like a plumb bob. I think I can't afford any of these. No, there's one I can afford. A little one bed, one bath. Let's see. Give him something tiny. Give him inspiration to move up in the world. Interesting. That one has gremlins. That one needs some handiness. Now this is all new to me. It looks like you have little goals you have to accomplish once you move into a building. So here you got good schedule and on the line. Oh, so that one gives you a lot of twins. Well, that just sounds too much fun. We may have to play with this one and see what happens. So I'm going to confirm this one, and no furnishing. I like to furnish things myself. I'm sorry, I didn't read out what good schedule was for you guys. Hopefully we can check that again later. If not, well, maybe we'll just figure it out as we go along. So I think that's really cool. I know with the Sims 3, they did play around a little bit with when you move in once in a while. You have something you have to fix or deal with. It looks like they brought that back, so I'm very excited to play around with that. My Sims pedigree, I've been playing since The Sims 1. I still remember I was 10, 11 years old, sitting in my friend's house, watching her build a house, and my first time I ever saw The Sims, I was hooked. On the way home, I was telling my dad all about it. So here we're just getting some explanations of how the game works. You know, how Sims have emotions, negative, positive emotions, and all that. I think a lot of these are so basic that even if you're new to the game, you know how it works. Sims get happy, Sims get sad. If you're not used to The Sims 4, you do have full emotions now. So, in 5 hours, she will stop being grungy unless I get her a shower first. And she is currently inspired, so that will affect her mood. That's her overriding emotion. And over here, Amberly's just fine. She doesn't really care what's going on. So we've got a whole bunch of options over here. We can check their needs, and that's the most important one. That's the one I'll be checking most often. So they have this brand spanking new apartment, a little bit of money to play around with. Here I'm going to take them into build mode, which they've combined build and buy mode in this game. And I don't know why that's popping up. I guess that's not my apartment. I usually play with my walls down, so we're going to see how that goes. And I'm going to try and fix my camera because I do not like that view. No, does my tab not work here? I would like it if it worked here. Again, I'm just going to skip over this stuff. When it becomes relevant, I will explain it to you. There we go. There we go. Okay, I like more of a straight-on view. If I can get my camera to stop being silly. No, you do not like... Oh, right, it's a stupid tilt thing. I will have to play around with settings more later. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I know I'm very unprofessional. So here we are, walls down, and I'll pop them back up when I'm putting stuff on the walls. So we're back into build mode, and I can build up their little house. It looks like we have kitchen, living room here. That seems a little unnecessary. I guess that's their balcony. This will probably be a bathroom, or maybe, no, I think this is our bathroom, and that will be office and bedroom. So cool, it's a little 2-bedroom. I guess that makes sense. They wouldn't want to give you a 1-bedroom in a place that's likely to give you babies. So we can go in and we can actually have styled rooms, which I do love. You know, if I wanted to have this crazy kitchenette, I just pop in crazy kitchenette. But for now, I think we'll have a little fun and actually play around with things. Having just gotten this all loaded up, I am going to take a second to save. When I don't do that often enough, we all know Murphy's Law, it will crash on you. And if you haven't checked out Weird Al's new cartoon on Disney, Milo Murphy's Law, fantastic. But that's neither here nor there. I swear I'm not being paid or anything, I just really like Weird Al. Blame my husband. So I always like to start with the kitchen because I'm a bit of a foodie myself. And we're just going to give him the basic crappy furniture you start with. Again, let's inspire them to move up in the world. So just give them, you know, what they need to survive on. You can really let them get by with not a whole lot. And they can go out and get food. I'm gonna guess there's a lot more options for that now that they're living downtown. But I figure I'll give them just the quick bits. Get a little trash can. Thankfully, if you have played the game but not recently, they did finally add a dishwasher. Because if you're anything like me, that was driving you nuts. My Sim is taking forever to wash dishes. It drives me crazy. So I will be giving them a dishwasher. That should be fine for our kitchen. Now let's give them a little dining setup. Again, we're just going to give them the basics. This is still more than my place has. My husband and I eat on the couch. Because our dining table doesn't have space to get away from the wall. We just have a small apartment with our cats. So, that's what they're going to eat for now. I'm sure I'll be upgrading it soon. I just don't want to spend too much money before I know what I'm going to have left. Give them a little light to eat by and some lighting for the kitchen. See if I can find some sconces. A word I'd never heard before this game and did not hear again for years. It always cracks me up to remember. Let's say I do love these windows. They're lovely. Okay, there we go. Now, let's get the bedroom put in. You know, when you've got a couple living together, you do need one of the bigger beds. And this place is just not made for it, is it? I have to go with that green. As I mentioned, Galvin does love her green. There's their bed. It looks like they've got basically just a sleeping bag on it. That's cute. Paper lanterns. Spooky stuff would have been the one that I couldn't read before. I do have the Halloween pack. I adore Halloween. So give them some little side lamps. Yeah, they'll get their mirror in the bathroom. And okay, so all these things that have stars on them, they're from a pack I haven't opened yet. Which, like I said, new computer is everything. So usually whatever's there will be your cheapest item. It's not for me right now. Now I put in one more light for them to get dressed to. And let's give them just a little bit of art. Might have them create their own in a bit. They don't have kiddos, so some of these would be a little silly. But they might be the types. Maybe, let's just go with the ladybug. Maybe one of their nieces or nephews painted it for them or something. I do think we have something else cool here. It does seem like the walls are actually a bit higher. If you go into walls, you can check out. It's not if you go into walls, is it? Oh dear, I do apologize. It's been a while since I played. We'll find it eventually. You can go in and find out how tall your walls are. There now always options for how tall your walls are. They don't have to just be... I could have sworn it used to be in here. There's not just one height for walls anymore, because you see, that looks pretty high for walls for me, so you can have vaulted walls and the like. Might be in doors or windows, because this is where you get the tall doors. looks like that's fit in my house. No? Oh dear. Again, I'm back to being terribly unprofessional. I do apologize. Yeah, so they must have at least... Yeah, they have the highest ceilings. I don't know if I can play around with that. I mean, I guess that makes sense for an apartment. Not one I've lived in, but we have low ceilings here. So I'm going to drop the walls again and build them a bathroom. Children, avert your eye. I think you can just, double click on there. So, I have to talk about the bush. Yes, there's now a bush that your Sims can use to do their business or spend some family time together. I will say, there will be some woohooing for this, so I suppose if you are watching this with exceptionally young children that you just really don't want to talk about that with, you might want to skip it. It's really not a big deal. I'll try and flash away when they're having their together time, but I've been playing this game since I was 9 and I can handle... I don't think I was too disturbed by it, so whatever works for you and your family, you've been warned. So we're gonna go ahead and throw in just sink and shower, give them a little mirror. That one's cute. I don't recall if there were lamps in here. It looks like there are not. Yeah. Some of the houses start you off with lights, some of them don't. Oh god, with those walls being so high, this room must just be a coffin. That's terrifying. Yeah, at least it has the nice big window. I'm a little claustrophobic if you couldn't guess from that statement. Let's see. Just doing the basic cheap stuff here. I don't know how long I'll keep him here. Hopefully not too long. So it looks like we've got plenty of money left over. So give him a nice little living room. I usually don't let my Sims have things like televisions because they'll just sit on them and never do anything else. But since I am trying to show off the game and play around with it, I think I will this time. Let's give them a little TV table. I mean, I think that's what's... they're coffee tables, but I think they'll do double duty. We'll find out. Yeah, that's cute. I'm sure... I'm sorry, I should be using more of the new stuff. But and we will in time. I think this will be a bit of a long one. I haven't gotten to play around with this stuff too much, and I don't know if you have either. Of course that went on backwards after I turned your tray around and everything. So lucky them, they don't have cords going all over the place. They'll just be able to sit and watch that TV with nothing in the way. My house is covered in cords. There's just nowhere for that lamp to go, is there? They make them all small, and then you can't put them wherever you want. Let's see here. Get us back. I'm still in the lights tab. That was what I was looking for, the lights tab that I was already in. Tuck yourself in, folks. It's going to be a long ride. So let's give them a little bookcase. They've got book learning to do, especially if they're going to be all smarty smarts. Oh, that looks nice on the wall there. And let's set them up a little office. Always some of my favorite stuff is in the office section. I don't know about you guys, which again, this is talking for those who haven't played the game before, which I hope a lot of you have, otherwise, or I guess I hope some of you haven't. You must be tired of me talking about this stuff by now. But there might be some confusion. I'll do my best to keep you up to date, but I really don't want this to get too boring with me explaining stuff that I think this game is just in the public conscious enough for people to know some of it, like that you do have to feed your Sims and have them use the restroom and everything. Oh, I should explain that. Over here is their money, down in the left corner, if you can't see where my mouse went. And their currency is simoleons. And so you can track if they're spending money or not. I do believe they still have bills to pay. We'll have to figure out how to do that now. I'm guessing it's one of these little boxes here. The apartments. I have played with the apartment expansions in the previous games, but not this one yet. Let's see, what else does their office need? Well, why don't we just wait and figure that out when it comes? And like I said, I think I'm going to update this dining room. Sorry, what I meant was why don't we just wait and see what they need for their jobs? Oh, that's a cute little table. That's something you'd get in a fancy little downtown apartment. Much better. Okay. I'm still going to leave them with some of the basics for other stuff, but let's get a little more art in here. Tends to make them happy. And some of the different art has, you'll see here, you have just environment 1, whereas some of them will actually give your Sims, and that's the little people are your Sims, different feelings and thoughts. Some of those, like how she was inspired. You can get things like entertained from some of them. So, put in some nice little oil paintings in the bedroom. That is some Russian art right there. And some calendar and pictures, but that seems like good office stuff. I like the little coat rack for inside the door. That just seems nice. Maybe some butterflies for the kitchen. Who doesn't love butterflies? My cats love butterflies. They really love butterflies. You will be so tired of hearing about my cats. And I enjoy. So let's get them just a little bath rug. No one likes a wet bathroom. I'm just trying to spend a little bit of extra money so I'm not constantly going in and upgrading stuff, which I tend to like to do when I'm playing by myself. I'm trying not to let these things drag on too much, but I do figure if you're watching a Sims Let's Play, you want to see some decoration. So let's put up some fun things in the bathroom. If you can't make your bathroom silly, what can you? My bathroom is personally decorated with Kingdom Hearts wall scrolls because I am that much of a nerd. You know you're jealous. And just a couple more little rugs for the place. Oh, that one's nice. Sorry for that squeak in the background. That was my Facebook Messenger. I promise I will get that turned off in the future. Looking for a nice little welcome rug, which would need to be a single step. Single square. That'll have to do. And then something pretty for the office. Metal grate. Methinks not. Nope, now I want something bigger. You're causing problems here, game. You're not giving me what I need. Yeah, I do actually kind of like this one. Let's just put... Ooh, that's some fun colors. There we go. That's going to be their house for now. I think I've been recording for a little bit now, so I'm just going to have them get a little moved in, and I think I'll be wrapping it up pretty soon. Not right away. I do want to give you a little bit of interaction between them. It does look like... let me change that setting. It does look like it started the tutorial, so I have to deal with a little bit of that. I can't deal with the new, sorry, I cannot deal with the new way they interact with each other. So just give me a moment. You know what, I'll fix that for next time. It's usually, when you go in, you see the romance, mischief, funny, actions, and mean. Those will be all your options. I really don't like having the giving you automatic options. And I will be running this mostly in 1x speed. I feel like 2x speed will just get things a little too quick. So I'm going to have them give each other a quick little flirt, a quick little hug. I'm going to send Galvin off to get a much needed shower. And have Amberly looking for a job in the meantime. So let's see. She's going to find a job. And Galvin, shower time. So you can see here that she has the option to take a shower, a brisk shower, a steamy shower, or a thoughtful shower. And those will play around with the traits she has going here. So if I were to take a brisk shower, it can get her energized, and those will just affect their mood. So inspiration will make, if they're doing anything skill-based, go better. For now, I'm just going to have her take a regular old shower. Inspired is fine. It makes them happier in general. Obviously, things like if they're angry will make things go worse for them, whereas if they're something positive, like she's got just happy, then it's going to boost her stats. So here are her options. detective, doctor, scientist, astronaut, athlete, business, criminal, critic, culinary, entertainer, painter, politician, secret agent, social media, tech guru, and writer. So I believe that social media and a critic are the new ones because those are the ones I don't recognize. The ones at the top here that have the play briefcase on them, those you actually get to go with them and have a big impact on their job. It can be a lot of fun, and that's from the get to work expansion. But we're not going to play with those this time because they take a big amount of what you're doing. I think I'm going to go with social media. That just sounds like a lot of fun. And, she's a cute little girly girl. She seems like she'd enjoy that. Not that I'm trying to judge my sim or anything. You do you, girl. So we're going to go with social media. And now, okay, yes, the thing I just said I wanted to do, I do want to do. We go into the job bar and we see what she needs for her job. Now, it used to be just you needed a skill. Now there are things that she'll need to do every day. So her work from home assignment is create social media profile. I believe this is what she will need to do every day for her promotion. And you can't, it'll, excuse me, it will lower your work performance if you're not doing those things every time, once per, when you go to work, or however many times it says of here. So she'll once need to create a social media profile. As she levels up and isn't just a media intern, there will be more and more she has to do. Similarly, for their life goal, there's now things that they'll want to do, and when you do those, you'll get points, and those points can buy you rewards. There's the potions, which no one uses, that give you just quick boosts, and then there's all kinds of fun things, like this is one of the new ones, great storytellers. They're better at telling bigger and better stories. Makes sense. All the way up to some of the really cool ones, like these ones will really help you out with their job, or they need way less sleep or food. That one gives you a better chance to get pregnant. So it's a lot of fun to play around with, and they get those for playing with these. So she'll need to read 3 books and achieve level 3 logic skill. Books are here, just whatever, and certain books will help with certain skills. I'm not sure if any of these will. Now I'm trying to remember if books still help with that. So I'll want to go into here and get her something that will help with her logic skill. So probably indoor activities or no. So the chess table or any of these 3 machines. Well, no, these 2 machines will help with the logic skill. Either the microscope or the observatory, and they do mean a full-on observatory. It is huge, so we won't be building that in their tiny apartment. I think that's the only ones you can use for that. So I'm just gonna buy her a little chess table, and then later I'm sure I'll need to buy a couple more things for her job. Let's see. Kind of want to get nicer chairs, but those are a little more expensive. Let's just do some nice little gray chairs. Those look nice at the table. So she'll be able to work on her logic skill. And then Galvin here wants to introduce herself to someone new in 3 different neighborhoods. So we'll be traveling a little bit. Hopefully my new computer has no problem with that. The old one would crash when I did that. She wants to give an apartment key to a friend, so we better be making a good friend, and order 3 times from food stalls. So it sounds like when I was predicting that the food would be much easier to get is right. We will have to go looking for food stalls, which look to be these guys. So those are right nearby. That should be pretty easy to do. I think we're going to call it there for now. We've got them started up. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.